All right, here's a quick look at a couple of common folders and stuff and their weights. So this is what I've been carrying today. I'll weigh it, and that's 7 ounces. That's the cold steel 8010. This is my favorite folder, the Formax. That's 10.2 ounces. That's the heaviest of the bunch. This is the Formax Scout, which is the budget version of that same knife, and it's 10.1. It's a really good knife, especially for the money. Here's another cold steel. This is another favorite of mine, the Ultimate Hunter. So that's 4.9 ounces. So keep in mind the 8010 was 7 ounces. Now we're going to compare that to a very popular Spyderco Paramilitary 2 at 3.8 ounces. And here is the full-size military at 4.2 ounces. So it's a big weight difference. Oh, and here is a Spyderco Caly 3 at 2.9 ounces. This is what they call gentleman's carry folder. So Ultimate Hunter, 4.9 ounces. Military, 4.2 ounces. So it's still heavier. So we can put these two on there, and they're 8 ounces. That's only 1 ounce heavier than this knife right here. We can put this knife on here. We're at 11 ounces. Almost the same as this. Like, gives you an idea of how hefty those are. But they're nice. They're pretty good. The Ultimate Hunter, to me, feels like a really light little knife. Super easy to carry, easy in and out of the pocket. The Formax, this is the US made one. This one I don't find, too heavy to carry. I quite like it. What's there. The Formax Scout, this one's same thing, but doesn't carry as well. This, whatever the hell they call it, grivery or whatnot, drives me nuts. So I took the pocket clip off and sanded that down underneath the clip area there, because carrying this in my pocket for just a couple of weeks, it's just shredded my pants. So it doesn't carry very easy. These carry really nice and light in the pocket, and they're that compression lock there, super easy to open and close. It's nice. One thing about these, having an open back, you don't want to have keys or change in your pocket. Same thing with the full-size military. Size-wise, they're similar in length to the Formax, but half the weight. And it's got that compression lock, so they don't open and close. Well, they don't close as easily as the Paramilitary too, but yeah. Trying to do this on camera without cutting myself. This is actually, if you've seen any of my other videos, this is the Stretch 2. This one's in ZDP 189. This one actually carries really nice. I really like it. As I've said in some of my other videos, I like the fact that the back is closed on it. Stainless steel liners in it. It's hard to get it to show up here on camera, but I don't believe these are milled out too much. They are milled out just a little bit. The 8010 has full aluminum liners. These are like a high grade aluminum. They are tempered and hardened, I guess, not and tempered. So they're not just annealed aluminum. I don't know how they harden them, but they are fairly strong. The Scout has the same thing, but they're steel. Full liners. They're not milled out at all. The Formax, full liners as well, but unlike the Formax Scout, which is the budget version of this knife, this is full titanium, and it has G10. So there is a weight difference. That G10 is heavy stuff, right? So even comparing it to micarta, the G10 tends to be a heavier material than the micarta. I like the Formax the most because of the handle size. Gives me more options for grip. I find even, you know, with that 80-10, as comfortable as it is, the extra handle length in this is nice. So, you know, you give up one thing in the, you know, weight department, you gain something else, right? So anyways, quick look at that. Figured I'd do a quick video here. I haven't done one in a few days, so but figured I'd bust out the scale and weigh these things up, because I actually didn't know. I haven't actually weighed any of these knives prior to this, so I've been carrying this around for quite a while now. Gosh, probably a year and a bit since I've gotten it, and so far has not been dethroned as far as my favorite folding knife. I really like it. I see some of the other videos and stuff where, you know, the reviewers talk about it as just being ridiculous and, you know, absurd, stupid, whatever, but cool. I don't find that at all. I find it very usable, practical for me, and carryable, right? If you choose, I mean, I guess if you wear clothes that you can carry this, then it's not a problem. I wouldn't carry it in a pair of shorts. Otherwise, it'd probably be hanging down around your ankles when you're walking. But yeah, so for most days with what I'm wearing, they work well. You know, your 511 like style cargo pants or whatever, they work well. All these will carry in pretty much any of the, you know, pairs of pants that I wear. Some of the jeans and stuff have a little bit shallower pockets, so these bigger knives don't carry in them as well, or they're, you know, tight, you know, tight pocket. A little bit harder to get in and out, but in that case, I mean, something like that might be a little better. But yeah, but I mean, the handle size on this is small compared to the Formax. I mean, I find it pinches my fingers like this when I grip it, so that's why I tend to gravitate towards that Formax. But there's a huge weight difference between these two, and size difference. I get those sort of overlapped at the same point on the handle there. Big difference. Closest in overall length is the Military to the Formax, but not even remotely in the same league as far as weight or strength or, you know, and use. I'll put that scale back on. So Formax, if you remember, 10.2. Military, 4.2. So 6 ounce difference. 6 ounce, almost that knife. More than that knife. So these two knives combined are still lighter than that Formax. Lighter than the Formax. I think I did that already, yeah. 8 ounces. That is basically the same weight as the 80-10 right there. That is lighter than the 80-10. So those are some things to consider when you're looking at some of these folders. There's a lot of talk and, you know, people knocking the weight of things like the Formax and the 80-10, but I don't know, unless you're running around in dress pants all the time and shorts and a t-shirt, then I don't see the added weight of some of these folders being a real issue. Not for me anyways. But yeah, anyways, that was just a quick little video looking at the weight. Thought you might find it interesting because I hadn't actually weighed these, so for me, I found it quite eye-opening to see just how much heavier that knife is and that knife is compared to all these other knives. So pretty neat, actually, considering just how well that knife actually does carry. I mean, it's the same weight as some of my fixed blades, and it's lighter than a lot of them, actually. But actually, while I'm here, This is my Lon Humphrey Alpha. With the sheath, it's definitely quite a bit heavier, but that's 10.6 ounces. So you get an idea just how big that knife is, because that blade there is 5.8 inches, I think. I mean, the sheath is heavy, 3 ounces, so you're looking at a fair bit of weight. If I can put that back in there one-handed without being an idiot and sticking it through the sheath. So 1 pound, was that 0.3 of an ounce? Yeah. So just over a pound. Give you a comparison. If you carry, like I oftentimes will carry my Formax in a bigger folder, just depending on what I'm doing. So let's see if we can get, that's still not as heavy. Obviously this is going to push it way over what that is. Still not as heavy. So let's try this combination. And then, yeah, oh, try that. And that. Nope. Close, but anyways. Yeah, so big folders definitely are heavy. Spydercos, even though they are sizable with the military, they're lighter, but they don't have the same kind of inherent strength. Not that these are weak, but they don't have the same design philosophy. There's that. See if I can try and get this on here in a way that will show the actual thickness a little better. That's a nice little carry knife for clothes that don't lend themselves to carrying a 10-ounce folder. So, well, that's that. I'll leave it at that. And yeah, thanks for watching.